Hi everyone, I'm doing a proven winners haul, some plants I ordered like 2 months ago I think. Now the plants I ordered here, like I'm not sure where they're gonna go. Yeah, I don't know what, I haven't even really thought out, and it's getting really late for that, but I haven't really thought out my summer garden too much, like the positions of things, mainly because there's just so many things that I'm planting. So yeah. I don't know why they have to send these magazines. Oh my gosh. I get irritated by companies that do that. So the first one is, sorry these cuts on my arm, I know that's gross. So this is my first one, and this looks really, really nice. I really wanted a sunflower this year. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with it. This is the Suncredible Saturn sunflowers. Just some quick info with some of these. I'm gonna, just give you quick info about all of them. It says that the height for this is, if I can read it, 24 to 36 inches. I would say the width is the same. It's gonna be 2 to 3 feet wide, 2 to 3 feet tall. So actually not very big for, I mean, it's just like a medium-sized sunflower, but these sunflowers are so beautiful. It's a newer, I think, one for this year, I believe. It's hardy in zones 9A to 11B. It's hardy down to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So here, this is something that is not going to, I'm not going to be able to overwinter, I believe. Yeah, it would just die. It can bloom from the time you plant it all the way to a hard frost. So this could start blooming anytime now. So this looks like that probably will be a begonia maybe. I think it is the begonia. Yeah, so there's some yellowing, some, I think that's frost damage on the leaves. It doesn't look that bad. This is still perfectly fine. This right here is a new growth nude, I believe. But yeah, this will come back. It'll be great. This is the Double Delight Primrose, and this is a Begonia hybrid. So that's just the name, Double Delight Primrose. And this is very fragrant, and I'm very excited about this. This one and some other ones you're gonna see here, that they're just smaller, and so I'm not sure. I wanted to tuck them into spaces, especially I'm having a center, my center pond is gonna be a larger, much larger in-ground pond. I really have this idea of like doing sort of a rock thing around part of it, and then another part of it, like just edging up like a nice flower bed against it. I'm not really sure though where things are gonna go in my head. This one blooms planting to frost, height is 8 to 14 inches, zones 9B to 11B. Regularly fertilize it, full to part sun. The sunflowers are full sun too. Deadheading not necessary, fragrant flowers, continuous bloomer, rebloomer. Yeah, so this does not get very big. It's 8 to 14 inches. It's like, 1 to 1.5 feet tall and wide, and it's gonna be the same for the other one. This isn't the kind of thing you wanna do inside. I should have done it outside, but I'm lazy. Okay, so yeah, this is the Double Delight Blush Rose, and it looks like that. They're also very fragrant, very beautiful, and this is gonna be the same, 8 to 14 inches. I'm not even gonna take this one out, just the same as the Primrose. This one actually looks a little bit nicer as far as the leaves go, but yeah, I'm excited about both of them. Okay. So this is the Little Galaxy Lily of the Nile. This is an Agapanthus. Now, this is one of two, I believe. This one and the sunflowers that I got that are not fragrant. But for some reason, I saw this like a year ago, and I just remember I really wanted this Agapanthus. It's like a beautiful true blue sky, sky blue. Well, not sky blue, I guess sky blue would be more like cerulean, but like still a true blue flower. And I really want to have more true blue flowers. I feel like I have not grown enough of that. Last year I had the that morning glory. It was like a dwarf morning glory. I forgot what it was called, that has those true blue flowers, and I loved that so much. This grows 22 to 26 inches high and wide, and yeah, it's going to be hardy in zone 6A to 10B. So for people around me, myself included, this can be overwintered. Oh no. That's not good. So this does have spider mites in it. I mean, it's not that big a deal. I know how to get rid of me some spider mites. But yeah, this does have, I don't know if you can see, anytime you see that like webbing in there, you can't really see from here probably, but it's pretty extensive actually. Then yeah, that's spider mites. So I'm not even gonna like touch that. But as soon as I take it outside, I'm gonna just spray this down with something and get rid of those. But probably right as I take it out there so it doesn't spread. But I'll soak this down just to get rid of those because it does have spider mites. I don't see them in the other plants, any of that webbing, but this one looks really, really nice. And this one blooms in midsummer through fall. And yeah, we can overwinter this one easily. Fertilize it regularly for best results. Full sun. Cut flowers. This can be used for cut flowers. This one looks really nice. I want to get this outside though, just because this one actually looks like it should be replanted soon. It's just getting kind of up there with the growth coming out, and you could see the roots at the top. So some of these, I don't know that I really want to keep them in these containers. We'll see. A few of them I probably, are the bigger ones, I am gonna replant them. The Agapanthus I might put in just a bigger pot for now because I still don't know where I'm gonna put that. Whereas the sunflowers and the begonias, that's something that's gonna be planted later anyway, like towards May. So I don't, or even like towards late May. So I just really don't know where they're gonna go yet. I've been so frustrated the past like 2 weeks. They're bringing out like spring blooming salvias into these garden centers, and I've been so like jealous. Like I've been smelling, especially the blue ones, and like really wanting salvia right now. But I kept telling myself like I got one. Let's just wait, you know. And I finally have it now. So yeah. So, and this was something I was so excited about having. This is the Color Spires series of salvia. This one's called Crystal Blue. So I don't know if you could see those flowers. Now that is a sky blue. That is like a true blue cerulean sky blue. Like not a very common color for flowers, but one that I am absolutely thrilled to have. Features. This colorful perennial produces cool sky blue flower spikes atop the neatly mounded aromatic foliage. You can definitely smell that right now, and I love that smell. It's like a peach mint kind of smell. It's just so nice. It's like if you could combine peach and mint together. I feel like that's what salvia can smell like. But I think it's the flowers and the foliage. Lovely when planted in drifts, attracts butterflies and hummingbirds. It's easy to grow in almost any climate at full sun. It's drought tolerant, but it blooms better with average moisture. Cut back after flowering to promote rebloom. Stuff to pair it with. It's hardy in zones 3 to 8, so here I can definitely have this next year. It blooms late spring into early summer, this one. And I wonder if maybe that's all of them in the Color Spire series, because I know there are different flowering times for different types of salvia. The height for this is going to be 18 to 20 inches, so that's going to probably be like, you know, 1.5 feet, closer to 2 feet high and wide. So this will reach a really nice size, and yeah, I'm so happy about having. This will be the only allium I have, or I'm sorry, the only salvia I have this year. As you can see, there's already flower spikes. So this is gonna be blooming soon. And yeah, it's supposed to be late spring to, what did it say? Late spring to early summer. And again, it said that you can, to promote rebloom, you can cut it back and, you know, make sure you're deadheading and stuff, which I'm definitely going to be doing. I want to try to keep this as long as I can. But for the most part, I'm going to have this blooming for most of the spring. I'd say this is more of a spring bloomer, but I'm still going to plant it in the garden because it also, even if I lost those flowers at some point, this foliage is so wonderful and fragrant. I really would love to have it just as like an added interest of green interest with a fragrant interest around other flowering things. I just love salvia, man. This looks really nice. This is growing so well. I feel like with the alyssum that they come up with, they get better and better at creating just that tighter, neater, more compact variety of alyssum. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, I'm too stuffed up in my nose, but I promise it is fragrant. This is gonna get 8 to 12 inches tall and wide. Hardy in zones 9A to 11B. It's hardy down to 20 degrees, it says, so I don't really know where they're getting that from because if it's hardy down to 20 degrees, this is something I could definitely overwinter here in zone 8A. Fertilize regularly for best results. By the way, it's important for people to know that I am in zone 8A, but I'm on the line, literally, of that zone map or whatever that they have. So while my zip code is technically, it comes up as 8A, the zip code right down the street from me, like that can come up as 7A or 7B, I'm sorry. So I could actually say I am 7B, zone 7. But I always say I'm zone 8 just because technically my zip code always brings it up as zone 8A. This is the Violet Night Sweet Alyssum. These are very beautiful flowers though. Spring and fall is when this blooms. It could bloom over the summer. You would have to live in a more mild area, I think. But then again, I remember I had the Blushing Princess Sweet Alyssum. Let me tell you something. That alyssum just shocked me. I have a south-facing garden with bright all-day direct sun. So you're talking about in the midsummer, you're talking about like 14 to 16, I think it's more like 16 hours of daylight. Like it's just really intense. And that thing did not stop blooming. It just did not stop blooming all summer. It was even drought tolerant once it was established. It was just beautiful all summer. It was so wild to me because I had never seen that with an alyssum. So I think these are also getting more heat tolerant too. But yeah, it's not saying fragrant. Oh, it does, fragrant flowers. Okay, so the last two are the same thing. They're just different cultivars, but this is something I've wanted for a long time. And I tried to grow it from seed at one point, but I failed. And it's blooming right now. This was as a matter of fact, out of everything here, I was probably most excited about this. Most people aren't going to think this is that interesting, but I really wanted it. Damn, it's got buds everywhere though. I'm gonna rip it though. This is, I don't like that it was sitting in this pot. Now that I noticed, like, that's right, I had ordered this. So this is the Aramance Nemesia. I've wanted Nemesia for a while, specifically this one, Nemesia. My nose is stuffed up and I smell that. Like, ugh, that is a unique smell. I'd have to get it, my nose unclogged to smell it correctly, but like, it's very, very fragrant, highly fragrant. And these are just beautiful flowers. And when this is, right now it's a little bit like leggy and just kind of like, you know, it's been in a box, but this is still really great. This is gonna come thrive here soon and just be covered in these beautiful, like, I don't know, like lilac blue, purplish flowers with that yellow center. Like, I think Nemesia has such an interesting flower shape. The flowers are like, I thought they were like more pinkish, but I don't care if they're not. I mean, this is so gorgeous because they make it look online like it is more pinkish, but as you can see, this isn't really like. I think it might change a bit, who knows? But from what I can tell, this is more of a lilac. That's what it looks like to me. But it's just so beautiful, and I'm so excited about having this. So Nemesia, it gets 10 to 18 inches tall. So yeah, that's gonna be like a foot to a foot and a half tall and wide. It's an annual except in zones 8A to 10B. So this is, and it says it can go down to hardy to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, so which means here we do not get below 20 degrees. We just don't, ever. We have very few days in our winter that are actually in the 20s. So most days in the winter, it's like, it's above 30 degrees. So this is something that I could definitely overwinter here. And it's why I do say I'm in zone 8A, because I do experience more like 8A temperatures, I feel like, than 7B, what you see for that. Normal light and normal water, full sun to part sun. Fall interest, deadheading not necessary, fragrant flowers. But yeah, this will bloom from planting to hard frost. So this will bloom, it could bloom even potentially all summer. So this one I am just so happy about. Oh my gosh. It's got kind of like a candy-like scent to it, a strange candy-like scent to it. This is gonna be my other Nemesia. I just got one more Nemesia because I wanted 2 different colors. Gosh, the idea of having this like blooming with like sunflowers and agapanthus around my pond with my water lily, like, ugh. so excited about that. So this one looks just as good, just as nice. I mean, it's just starting to grow, but it's still covered in buds and flowers. And oh wow, that's interesting. The scent isn't the same. So this is the Bluebird Nemesia. This is more of a darker blue, a cobalt kind of color, but it's still okay. So this one, I think, I don't know if I said the other one grows to a height of 10 to 18 inches. So the Aromance does grow taller and wider, whereas this one, it says 10 to 12 inches. So like a foot high, foot wide, hardy in the same zones, hardy down to 10 degrees. Fertilize regularly for best results, full to part sun, normal watering, deadheading not necessary. It's a landscape plant, fall interest. It doesn't say on here that it's fragrant, but these are fragrant flowers. However, and it blooms from planting to hard frost again. Even if it wasn't fragrant, these are so beautiful, especially when it's going to be, you know, I'm going to definitely feed these and put these in a great spot to give them like the maximum, you know, amount of flowers. But like, it's got like a clove scent to it. Anyway, I got to get all this put outside and get dressed and get some work done. But that is my proven winners haul. Hopefully, maybe some of these plants or things you want to grow, maybe it's made you excited to have something, design something in your garden with some of these plants. If you do use any of these plants, please, if you're experiencing growing any of these plants, please comment below, because I actually haven't grown any of these before. Your experiences with them, these cultivars specifically, like, let me know. Give me ideas about what you plant it with, the companion plants, and yeah, I would love to hear about other people's gardens and the things that they grow, especially if it's like relevant to what I'm showing you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.